we're having a 10-year birthday party, right? And we're hoping to, in the afternoon, so it's an evening thing, and it's the night before Resd.
Cool.
Which hopefully still happens. And the afternoon, we're going to hopefully, pending getting enough laptops, essentially have 10 years, 10 games.
Ah,
which would
nice.
be nice. Anyway, that's a really long, rambly sort of
cool.
thing, right? But it'll be fun. But all that time, because we haven't had the hit, like Hardlines, everybody loved it and it made some money, but it sort of petered out because what happened. We weren't in a position where we would, as a unit who made the game, carry on doing it, and it just sort of. I'm okay with that, but that was like the chance we had, probably out of all the chances.
Yeah.
And then, Tango was like the thing that we loved, and the whole team threw at it, and we had a publisher. Oh my God, and I recorded a video where I got a little bit emotional, because we'd signed our first deal and all this kind of thing. But that didn't go anywhere, really. And then we had to kill an MMO we loved. And it's rough, man.
It is hard. It is rough.
And like the questions that you ask of yourself, right, as a creative, like screw the business side of it. Let's stay romantic.
Let's just imagine.
Right? We don't have to think about it. Let's stay romantic about it, right? You, when you wanted to get in the industry and you wanted to make games, and you've made some of the kinds of things that you'd expected and some that you wouldn't have. And it's not added up to what you hoped, right? What does that do to you? How have you moved past it, and how have you adjusted to that? Because
this is a meaty topic.
It is, isn't it? I'm sorry, I've done it
right.
That's
good.
But like for me,
we can go
I'm
another
not
2.
sure.
We can go another 2 hours on this.
I'm not sure I'm ever going to be over that, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I've just matured. I think that's the word for it, but I don't know. So like,
yeah, it's a lot to unpick.
Yeah,
but it's a fascinating question. Because one of my questions was, you're 10 years old at the end of this month, or end of
the 26th, I think, of this month.
Yeah, and we were 10 years old once upon a time, and people said, "That's an amazing achievement. Congratulations. That's really fantastic."
Yeah,
I'm like, is it? We've clawed our way, we've held onto the back of the bus and been dragged along.
Yeah.
For 10 years. Is that a massive achievement? And now we're 16 years and it's like, okay, does it feel like an achievement? I don't know, because I started the company to make my dream game, and I've not made it yet.
Yeah.
And it's like, but then do you just wish your life away? This is the question.
That is.
I love this question. Putting aside the business stuff and just think about you as a creative individual.
Yeah.
One of the questions we ask in our interviews is, you're on your deathbed, looking back over your life, what's the one thing that you will achieve that allows you to rest in peace?
Yeah.
And that tells a lot about the person we're interviewing, what they answer. And honestly, my answer is, I want to make the game that I started Future Lab for, and I want to make the music for it.
Yeah.
Until I've done that, it doesn't matter whether we're 16 years old, 25 years old, 50 years old. It's not an achievement.
Yeah.
But that seems extremely self-centered because we've got 20 people they've got a career.
Yeah.
Because of what we're doing.
Yeah.
So how do you value all the different ripples that you send into the world?
It's I think that's a really interesting question to ask people, the deathbed thing. And I think there's I get that sense of, oh, am I just being selfish? Even within like the tiny version of what you've got here, 20 people, like that's amazing. Just the 2-3 of us, there's still like, I'm aware that my stubbornness and my life choices and about the business that I'm running have meant that, like, it's so like not a problem to have, but like it is negatively affecting to a lesser degree or a greater one, depending on how you look at it, my partner's life,
right?
Because we're entwined, right?
Yeah.
You know, you could boil it down to what I earn and what she earns, and the kind of life that we would aspire to live, right? Let's put it that way, because it's easy to frame. And it's like,
real talk.
Yeah, but like, fuck, am I just being a prick? Like, she's amazing, obviously, and she's in a job and in a career that she didn't dream of. You know, she grew into it and she loves what she does.
Yeah,
she really, really likes it, like a lot. She'll bore me about it and I'll bore her about games. You know, it's like, it's that level.
Right.
So she's still getting that satisfaction. She's still that emotional about a good day and a bad day. But there's me going, yeah, but, you know, I could go and get a job at maybe a future lab, and I'd probably get paid more than I'm paying myself, right? Or in anyone, right? Or I could get out of games like so many people do, and earn twice as much. Yeah. You know, and that's such a privileged position to be in, right? Mm. And so then I'm like, God, I'm just a horrible person even for like worrying about it, right? I should take this opportunity that I've got and run with it. But to be truly selfish, you'd have to sort of not bring other people with you and not try and give people who don't have that advantage, right? So what you've got is you're paying people's wages and you're giving them an amazing place to work on projects that they love. And like, that's huge. You know, and I think this comes back to what we were saying right at the beginning, doesn't it? Like,
it takes a pinch to really appreciate it, though.
Yeah. I don't think we're built to see it as people, right? Just human beings. We are constantly
looking at the pasture across the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting one, because that sort of trivializes it a little bit, because it's sort of, you know, we're sheep when it comes down to it, like, or cows or some other animal that likes grass, right? But running out of animals, rabbits, goats, but like to strive from where you are to somewhere better. Yeah. That's just our condition. That's the human condition, isn't it? So, but to be in a position that you can then bring other people with you and like give them head starts or skip steps and things like that, I think that's something that's really exciting, you know. And part of me is, there's games that I want to make, and sure, there's like maybe there is a dream project. I'm not sure I've settled on one, right? There's a bunch of games I'd like to make, but combining the two, like, now we're talking, right? Like that's the kind of the dream now. The reality is, hopefully I'll just be able to make a company that employs people and they like working there. But that's freaking huge, you know? That is tremendous.
Maybe combining the two is only for the super lucky.
Yeah.
Like, we're lucky.
Yeah.
We're, on the grand scale of things, we're extremely lucky.
Absolutely.
But maybe the people that, you know, maybe the director of God of War is the luckiest son of a bitch.
Yeah.
to be able to create his vision, and have a huge team behind him and execute with budget and scale.
Yeah. And
all those things.
Yeah.
Maybe history's only got position for like a handful of those people.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe. Yeah.
In which case we have to get pretty satisfied with what we've got. Otherwise, we are just wishing our lives away day by day.
Yes. I think there's a line between wishing your life away and staying hungry. Because I do think if you do just get to a point where you're like, you know.
Indeed.
Then we're just, you know.
Then you rot.
Yeah. 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 Then that's it's not giving up, is it? That's a bit glib.
That's a pisser though, isn't it? Because you get up in the morning and go, I'm going to sprint for what I want. Oh, but I need to temper my ambitions. Otherwise I'll be disappointed. Oh, but it's constant juggling.
Yeah.
I mean, we're juggling projects, budgets, people, emotions, personal goals. It's fucking exhausting, this luck, isn't it?
It is.
It's a good job it's fun.
I know, right? It is the most fun. It is the most fun.